DJ D Nice, my buddy, is here with us tonight, taking a little break from club quarantine today. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, but everyone has kind of been figuring out the backstory here. You started DJing on Instagram when we all kind of started this self isolation just for you and your friends. Um, and it just grew into this whole community, and you had over 100,000 people rocking with you together
Yes.
at
Yes.
one time. I think actually on Sunday when I was in, it was 150,000, if
Yes.
I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken. It was great. It started here in my kitchen. I was sitting back and just wanting to. I was actually missing my friends, and I wanted to play music. We know each other, and it's like I'm so used to either being around my kids or I'm used to being behind turntables and seeing people. And the whole self-isolation thing was driving me nuts. I'm like, I need to play music and I need to feel some energy. So I decided to go into my IG Live and play music. And all of a sudden my friends came in, and it was only 200 of us. And then the next day it was 2,000. And then the day after it was like 15,000. And then this Friday it was like, all of a sudden J-Lo was in there and Drake popped in. And the numbers increased, but then Saturday was like everything. You had Michelle Obama, you had Oprah, you had Gail, you had Joe Biden, Bernie, Janet Jackson, Patti LaBelle,
Justin
Pink,
Timberlake. I was like,
Justin Timberlake, Lionel Richie, Naomi
Bradley Cooper jumped in at one point too.
Bradley
I think
Cooper. It was insane. It was insane because people. I know it was. Everyone was looking for something cool to do. And initially, when we started, we were all just kind of like having fun. Like, hey, what's up, Michelle? I'll meet you at the bar.
Right.
My tab is open. And it really just turned into like this fun group of people, like just like wanting to entertain each other while I was playing music. And people found it and it grew. It was great.
Well, I don't know if you felt this, but, I know you said you were at home by yourself. I'm here, I'm single, I'm by myself. And so this time can get very isolated. You know what I'm saying? It can start to get very lonely, and that can sit with you. And so what I found through Club Quarantine and through you just playing your music and kind of giving us a piece of yourself was a community. I didn't feel so alone for a time. I felt like that I had someone here with me, that I could laugh with people, I could talk to people, because it wasn't only just you playing your music, it became this chat room of everybody. I felt like I was partying with Michelle Obama,
It was great, and that's part of the experience. It was people communicating. We were interacting with each other, So, I used to, during this time, I was feeling like, like my situation was unique. I wouldn't imagine that you were sitting home alone as well. And that this is what made us happy. It made us connected. It was a shared experience. And, it's probably one of the most memorable moments of my life.
Yeah, I saw when Michelle Obama stepped into the room, you froze a little bit, my friend. You were like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to play. What am I supposed to do? And I'm screaming at the phone, you played the White House. What are you doing? You know what to play.
You know what it was? It was... usually when I play for the Obamas, I'm in their world, so I prepare for them in their world. She was in my world. Like, that was my space. I created that space for some friends, and then she popped in. So, and I wanted it to feel comfortable for her. And at the same time, the song was ending, but I was like, wait, what am I playing? Wait, what am I talking about? Like, I DJ for her. She loves Beyonce.
Yes.
And then that's when I put on Beyonce. I was like, all right, cool. And then I get my groove back. But it was, I was definitely shook for a minute because I didn't expect it to happen. I wanted it to happen. I kind of asked for it to happen. Wasn't sure if it would. But when it did, it was like, wow, like, you know what? This is something cool that we have going on. And it made, my reason for wanting her to stop by was because there were people that were feeling a little down, and this room was kind of like uplifting everyone's spirits. And there was a person in there on Friday that was like, wow, J-Lo was here, Drake was here, and Kelly Rowland, man, D Nice has everyone. The only person missing is Michelle Obama. So I figured if I could try to like nudge it to make it happen, I didn't think it would happen, but the fact that it did was just awesome. It was awesome.
Well, your spirit is just awesome too. And I just wonder how you have been doing, how you have been holding up, because you've been providing such a service to all of us. But I know you're a daddy, and I know your girls aren't with you. And so how have you been holding up during this time?
I mean, it's been hard, but what made it a lot easier is being able to converse with you guys. Like in this group, like a lot of you are my friends, you know, I mean, not 150,000 people, but that core group of 200, we're all friends. We've all known each other for years, and like that made me feel, you know, at ease, you know. And I mean, it's a very difficult time for all of us, you know. And,
yeah.
You know, especially when you're away from your loved ones, and the fact that technology has allowed us to feel a little bit closer. And now with what we accomplished the other day, now we can actually dance together. Like people, like America Ferrera sent me, like, you know, posted a video and tagged me, where she was like just standing around with her phone and just dancing. And it was just great to know, like, exactly what I was imagining. Like while I was playing, I was just imagining these people dancing.
Yeah.
The fact that
I posted my video too. I was trying to do my best New Edition If It Isn't Love video, and I got shamed for having mom sweats on, but that's okay, because I'm gonna be cute at the club the next time. I'm gonna be real cute.
Be cute at the club the next time.
Now, during your set, sometimes I would hear the doorbell ring and you would go away, and then you'd come back, and it was like celebrities were sending you things, like sending you bottles of wine. I saw Will Smith sent you a bunch of Just Water. Like, what is that like when the doorbell rings? It's like, hey, Will Smith wanted you to have this.
Well, it was a little creepy at first, because I'm like, wow, Will is that powerful that he can just get my address? So I'm like, Will sent, you know, Will and Jada sent water, and, you know, Chris Spencer sent wine, and Estelle sent wine, and like some of my other friends were sending food, and it was just beautiful. Like people wanted to make sure, you know, since I was providing entertainment, they thought it was just about, you know, I was providing entertainment for them, but what they were doing for me was feeding my soul as well, you know, by just being there. And just, you know, it can get lonely. I'm not a big, you know, I don't watch television all day. I'm not that guy. I don't listen to music at home. I'm a big talk radio guy. And after a while sitting in this apartment, I feel like I watched everything on television. I've seen all the reruns. I've seen every episode of Blue Bloods. Yeah. Like, I'm over it. I need to play some music now. I'm going crazy.
Speaking of Blue Bloods, I know Donnie Wahlberg was up in Club Quarantine, and I was listening to him and Jenny chat on her show, the Jenny McCarthy Show on Sirius XM, and he said that they invited you to come on the New Kids cruise with them, and you're going to do it? Are you going to go on and hang with the New Kids?
I mean, we're scheduled to do it, you know, like I'm there. Like I love Donnie. Jenny, I was always a fan, you know, growing up. Obviously, that was like my generation of music. But Jenny asked me to be the surprise DJ at his 50th. Yeah. And she flew my daughter and I, well, both of my kids and I, out to Chicago, and it was a great experience. You know, like I thought, like I actually learned to like really, really love Donnie. Like we communicate all the time. But when I first, you know, started rocking, I threw on one of the New Kids songs. He was like, "No, I'm cool. Like I want to hear what you would play." But I tried to tell him that's actually what I would play.
That's what I would play.
I'm like, that's actually the way I DJ. You know, I play everything, and we just had a blast, and then we became friends after that. And you know, I love them. They're awesome people, and you see, like, they're always in Club Quarantine. Yeah, they're always in there. Yeah, the two of them. So yeah,
they said they were rooting and screaming, like, we want to get to 20, we need to get to 30. They were really, really rooting for you. And we appreciate the shout out for Entertainment Tonight as well. We appreciate you shouting us out.
We have Entertainment Tonight in here. Entertainment Tonight is in here.
I saw that. I was like, what? Entertainment Tonight's in here? What?
We ended. Yeah, we're up in here for real. I kind of want to give people just a little bit about you too, and about your background, because you're not new to this. You've been in the game. You're a celebrity yourself. You were, you know, you're a rapper. I still consider you a rapper, so I don't even like to say back in the day, but you're part of Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One's crew, on one of my favorite records of all time, Self-Destruction. You also had a huge hit in Call Me D-Nice. What made you decide to start playing music? I know you loved it, but what made you decide to say, hey, I'm going to be a DJ?
So I left the music industry for years, almost a decade. Like, you know, I was away, and you know, I was missing that vibe, that whole, you know, the fellowship that I had with other artists. One day, Q-Tip invited me. Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest was spinning with Mark Ronson, and they invited me. This had to be like around 2004. In 2003, 2004, they had a party in New York City, a pretty popular party. And I went to and hung out with him, and I couldn't believe that you could play classic beats like that with, like, I mean, the room was small, but they were playing these classic records, but everyone was happy. And I was like, man, I want to do that. Like, I want to play that. And they were playing like James Brown, and it was just funky. Like,
come on.
You know, and I was like, man, listen, this is what I love, but I also love Jay-Z. So, you know, I just figured out how I wanted to combine my style. Like, I love playing everything. Like, I didn't want to just play classics. I love some new records, you know, like I love the new Drake record. I love the new, anything that Rihanna puts out is just always in my playlist, you know. So it was just great to like find a way to like bridge the gap between old and new with just through music. So yeah, it's great. Now I'm here.
Well, you've definitely done that. A couple things here. Your style is swag, my man. And whenever you got this thing going.
Not with all of this though. This is like,
yeah, no, it's good.
Get out of the house and get a shave. This is crazy.
That's Corona chic, baby. That's Corona chic, okay? But you do something where you have hat changes, and it became such a fun game throughout your set. People were taking shots during your hat changes.
Wait, excuse me 1 second. I'm sorry. As you were saying.
My man, that's right, my man. But it became like a thing. Is that something you do during your regular sets, or you just did it here just to flip it up a little bit?
I just did it because people were just looking at me, and I was looking at myself. And I'm like, man, I'm tired of looking at myself on the screen. Let me just put something else, put another hat on, and just have some fun with it. And then it became a thing now. So like now, I think I'm gonna travel with like 4 or 5 hats during my set when I travel. You know, and I'm on the road, and just kind of switch it up every now and then. But no, it was just fun. It was fun for our group chat. You know, it's great.
I know you said you were feeling you were feeling a little like run down. Are you gonna still do this every night? Are you gonna pick certain nights? Are you gonna keep it to the weekend? Because nobody knows how long this self-isolation is gonna last.
I think I'm probably just gonna do it once a week, because I was tired. I mean, I was playing these long like marathon sets of like 9 hours, and then I would return the next day, and especially like it was a bit much after that night, the Saturday night, when it was crazy. Like the Sunday morning, forget about it. My phone was just ringing off the hook. I had like 3,000 text messages. Every agent calling. You know, everyone's trying to be a publicist, and everyone.
Wait a minute, a star is born.
It was over. You know, a star was reborn.
Yeah.
I've been here a long time.
Yes, that's
no,
what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Taking out your suckers, and you don't know how I did it.
I'm very grateful and humble that people, you know, after all these years, are still like appreciative of what I'm doing and what I'm able to bring to the table through music. You know, like there could be worse things to do, but I found my way doing something that I actually love. I know you said people have been calling. I know, because I've seen you everywhere, you know, on morning shows. I heard Oprah talking about you yesterday and how that kind of lifted her and some things she, you know, wanted to sit down with you. Has this really opened doors for you that you never even thought about? So, you know, being in the music industry as long as I have, when I was a recording artist, yes, I did a lot of media growing up. You know, we sold millions of records, but it was a different time in the hip hop culture. As a DJ, this was the first time that I was, even though I played major events, so, you know, Super Bowl events, Oscars, those events were always about the event itself. It wasn't about me. Like, you could have like you could put any other DJ there, even though our styles are not the same, but anyone could have been standing behind the turntables. What this has done for me, and just because of the love of music and the love of like wanting to give and share with people, it opened up so many doors, you know. Like, I mean, I DJ'd for Oprah twice, and she didn't even remember. She was like, wait, you were the same person?
That's me, Oprah.
Like, that's Oprah. She's like, wow, that's interesting. The one that remembers everything is Gail King. I actually know Gail, like, you know, because I met Gail through Chappelle. So, and Gail is always like, she was always nice and always sweet. But Gail was really, she was genuinely happy when that night was like going the way it was. Like she, you know, immediately hit me up like, this is great. Like, I'm really happy for you. And, but yeah, so this is definitely opened up a lot of doors, and it's going to be interesting to see where this goes, because I'm now, when I was younger, it was coming from a place of ego and young and wanting to be hot. None of that matters now. I'm in a place of wanting to serve and wanting to do good things and wanting to help provide better opportunities for people. So I think this is going to turn to something really good.